Hello there. Atheist Junior here. You know who it is. Today I'm going to be reading some selections from Kent Hovind's book, Why on Earth Did God Let This Happen? For Heaven's Sake. Now, if you don't know what this book is, it's basically Kent's prison memoirs. So he wrote these stories, these short stories while he was in prison, and they're basically Kent talking either to God, like him going back and forth between Kent and God, and him writing what he thinks God would say, which I'm pretty sure is some form of blasphemy, or it's him talking to a biblical character. And they're sort of written like plays, like it's just back and forth dialogue. Like this first one is called Accredited Degree, and it was written in August 11th, 2008. And it's Kent talking to this guy named Joe. So it's going to be going back and forth between Kent and Joe. Dear Joe. Hey, Joe, I got an article I'd like you to read. Oh, what's it about? The same thing we've been discussing for 6 months now. Creation versus evolution. Okay. Who wrote it? Dr. Henry Morris, a creationist. Is he a real doctor? What do you mean? Okay. Is his degree from an accredited university? Well, that raises two questions. First, what difference would his degree make in relation to the merits or logic of his arguments? Okay. Secondly, who decides who is accredited? Well, if he didn't get his degree from an accredited university, he can't be right. You have got to be kidding, okay? Let me make sure that I understand what you are saying or implying. Hovind, all statements made by people who don't have degrees, okay, or those who have degrees from non-accredited schools are false or cannot be trusted. Is that what you believe? No, that's not a logical conclusion. Good. Therefore, all statements made by people with degrees from accredited universities are true, right? Okay. No, that would not be logical either. So, is it possible for a person with a degree from a non-accredited school to be right and a person with a degree from an accredited school to be wrong? Okay. Is that a fair statement? Yes, of course. Then why would you raise the question about accreditation? I don't know. Habit, I guess. Now, for question 2. How many agencies are there that accredit universities? I suppose there are several depending on the region and the courses of study offered. Do different countries have their own ways of accrediting schools? I'm sure that they do. If a person gets a doctor's degree in, say, anthropology from a university in Romania, and that person comes to America, are they still a doctor? Okay. Of course. What if the Romanian university has different standards from American universities and was accredited under different rules? Oh, that wouldn't matter. Hey, Ryan. For many decades, the Ivy League schools like Harvard, Princeton, Yale were not accredited. Is that right? True. They were accredited in the early 1900s. If a person got a degree from one of them the year before they were accredited, would their degree still be valid? Okay. What if it were 20 years before or 50 years before? Hoping, of course. So, if a person gets a degree from a school that is not accredited today, but the school will get accredited in the future, is their degree still valid? I guess it would be. Accreditation just means one group of people approves of the work, study, and methods of another group of people. Isn't that what it is? Yes, I suppose so. Could a Buddhist university in India meet all the local standards to be accredited, Hovind, yet still be wrong in their beliefs? Okay. Yes, I suppose so. Are there accredited universities in communist countries that teach communism and grant degrees to those students who meet their standards, yet by capitalist standards they are wrong in their beliefs about governments and economies? I'm sure there are. So, having a degree from an accredited university would really prove nothing as to the merits of the person's point. Is that right? That's just my addition of him randomly saying, Hovind. Yes, I suppose that is right. I'm reading from Kent Hovind's book that he wrote in prison, so this is all stuff that Kent wrote. So, will you read this article for the merits of the points and forget the degree question? Well, no. I need to know if he's a real doctor first. This, Joe, is a Proverbs 14:7 moment. I have to go. I'll see you later. Okay. So, this next story, this one is just weird. This one is called One at a Time. The burden for the world is too great. Kent. Lord, the needs of the world are so great and I am so small, okay? Even the needs in this prison are beyond my comprehension. I can't carry this burden, Lord. It's too heavy. God, come with me, son. I need you to meet John. Where are we, Lord? Rankin, Ohio, son. Do you see that house on the hill with the candle in the window? Yes, Lord. Go and talk to that man who lives there, son. I'm God. Okay, Lord. Excuse me, sir. You sure have a lot of kids running around here. Are they all yours? John Rankin. Yes, sir. Aren't they great? I've got 13 and I wish I had 100. Is that black man eating at your table one of your slaves? Oh no, we hate slavery. They still have it in the South, and it looks like there will be a war over it soon. This man just swam over the Ohio River to escape slavery. He swam the Ohio? That's a big river, okay? Yes, he did. We've had about 2,000 slaves come here over the years. Isn't it dangerous to harbor runaway slaves? Oh, yes. The Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 makes it really dangerous. I could be hung and my property confiscated. Is it worth risking your family, your home, and your life to help one slave? There are millions of slaves in the South. You're really trying to talk him out of this, Kent. I know. I can't handle the whole burden by myself, but I can do my part and help this one today and another one tomorrow. I can't focus on the entire problem too long. I get too discouraged. Right now, I'll feed and clothe this one, give him some identification papers and money, and pass him up the line. But he's only one. Is it worth the risk? What's freedom worth? Come join us for dinner, and you can ask him yourself what the freedom is worth. I'd be honored to join you for dinner, okay? But I think I know what he'll say already. Lord, thanks. I'll just get one at a time and leave the big picture to you. God, good son. Today it's Robert for you, son. I'll handle the rest. I've got your back. And that story made no sense. Kent was really trying to talk the guy out of saving a runaway slave. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because he's racist. Okay, we have one final story, and this one's kind of a doozy. It's called Black Jack Pershing. I can't trust in Jesus! Exclamation point. Written April 16th, 2008. Dear Muslim terrorist. Kent Hovind. Whoa there, fella. You look totally terror-stricken. I see what you did there, Kent. Terrorist. Why are you running through the jungle screaming and crying? What happened, okay? Muslim terrorist. And I'm not going to do an accent for, for the Muslim terrorist. Is it a strawberry? Is it still a strawberry, okay? Cabbage. Okay. Muslim terrorist. Oh, it was awful. It wasn't supposed to end this way. We, the Muslims, are supposed to be the ones doing the terrorizing, not the Americans. I can't believe this happened. I've got to warn the others. Wait, calm down for a second, okay? What has made you so scared? I can't believe what he did. It was awful. What who did? That infidel American general they call Black Jack Pershing. He came here to the Philippines in 1899 to fight with us. Oh, it was so awful. I've got to warn the others. Wait a second. What did he do? Well, we have been killing villagers and Americans for a while now. Everyone was scared of us. That's how it's supposed to be. You see, if we Muslims die in a holy war, killing Jews or Christians, we get to go straight to paradise and get 72 beautiful virgins as wives. But now, oh, this is awful. I've got to warn my friends about what happened. So what happened? Hasn't Kent asked this like 3 times already? 24 of us Muslims were captured yesterday by the Americans. They tied us all to stakes to execute us. We were so excited to be martyrs in a jihad. That's the only way to be sure of going to paradise. Then Pershing did the unthinkable. It was awful. What did he do? Okay, Hovind. While we were tied up, waiting to be martyred and go to paradise, his soldiers dug a big pit in front of us, killed a pig, dipped their bullets in the pig's blood, and shot everyone but me. All of their bodies were put in the pit, and the pig's blood was poured over them. It was awful. Then the soldiers threw the dead pig in the pit and buried them all together. So, what's wrong with that? You said you said that they all thought they were going to paradise. Oh, don't you see? Our religion teaches that anyone who eats or even touches anything from a pig is damned to hell forever. Those men should be in paradise right now. But Pershing sent them all to hell. I can almost hear their screams. I've got to go warn the others. Wait, Pershing didn't send those men to hell, and neither did the pig's blood. Jesus Christ was God in the flesh. He died on the cross to forgive our sins, okay? Believe on him and be saved. Jesus didn't die on a cross. They killed someone else who looked like Jesus. Whoever taught you that was lying. God created the world and came down to save us. Jesus' blood is the only way to be forgiven, not your works. You can be saved, okay, and set free from your hatred, fear, and superstition right now by calling on him for salvation, okay? I can't do that. My family would kill me. Oh, what can I do? How can I tell the families of those poor men? General Pershing dipped one last bullet in the blood and put it in my shirt pocket before he cut me loose. I'm afraid to touch it. Would you get it out for me, please? No. No, you better show it to your friends. If you will not trust Christ, maybe that bullet will at least stop you from being a terrorist. Oh, I'm terrorized now. I'll never get anywhere near another U.S. soldier as long as I live. I have to go warn the others, in parentheses, running off. Ah, it's awful. I can't believe it. Kent Hovind. Oh God, please help these poor souls come to the truth before it's too late. God. Many have come to the truth, and more will come, son. Stay faithful to me. I've got your back. Every story with God ends by him saying either I love you or I've got your back to Kent. But those are my 3 stories, and thank you for watching. And thank you to everybody in the chat, Ryan and Bat Spidey.